Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, proudly present to you this 2021 Porsche Macan base variant. Now in Porsche Macan's family, there are actually a lot of engine choices depending on the variant that you get. In this case, this car is all the way from Japan Recon and it is called the Macan only. On top of this variant, they have the Macan S, which runs on a 3-liter turbocharged V6. All the specs I mentioned is based on a 2021 model. Because across the Macan generation, there's actually a lot of small facelifted and small updated in terms of the power, engine, as well as the styling. Now I'm going to mention about 2021 model. They have the base Macan 2-liter, which is the variant right here. There's the Macan S, which runs on a 3-liter turbocharged V6, as well as the more powerful, the GTS. Under the bonnet, this engine is actually pretty similar to the Audi and Volkswagen group. It is a EA888. This is the 3rd gen engine. The Porsche actually tuned this engine to a more sportier character, as well as the gearbox. Instead of those DSG, which is found in the Q5 and Volkswagen cars, this using the Porsche's legendary PDK gearbox developed by Porsche, and the shifting time is quicker than those DSG gearbox you'll find in Audi and Volkswagen. Because it's a Porsche, you have a lot of bars right here, so it increases the torsional rigidity for the Porsche Macan as compared to its brother's model. As you can see, the headlights right here is not coming with the hood because this is a signature design coming from Porsche. They always have their headlight recessed with the body, while the bonnet will have a hose right here. It actually gives this car a very distinctive styling as compared to other car model out there. And another key feature is usually the EA888 engine is latitude placed, but this one is longitude, which means that it's placed in this direction instead of this like usual Audi and Volkswagen. So you can't say that the Porsche Macan actually is the rebadged version of the Audi Q5. They actually makes a lot of engineering changes so that this car drives well. Okay, right now let's go through the styling of this 2021 Porsche Macan base variant. Most notable things, you can see that this is the signature Porsche dynamic light system, otherwise known as PDLS. You can see there's a very distinctive 4 LED daytime running light together with the LED projector inside. Part of the facelift, this part right here, they also have been revised, and you get the LED fog lights right here. And the vents are actually aesthetic purposes because they want to improve aerodynamic. In the end of the day, this is still a crossover SUV kind of profile. Because in the Japan spec, you can spec a lot of items. Even in Porsche Malaysia or in Porsche term, a lot of things that you can optional, including the headlights right here. This is the Porsche's dynamic radar, which means it comes with all the active safety feature, and this also comes equipped with the optional 360 camera. With this red paint job, actually makes the car overall profile looks pretty sporty. And let's go through the rim. In Porsche, there's a lot of rim design for you to choose from and different rim size. All they charge different prices. This one is just a usual 20-inch finish in 265/45 R20. This is a dual tone rim design. Of course, if you are shopping for a used Porsche Macan, most of it will have different kind of rim design depending on the optional that the previous owner changed. In this case, the owner in Japan actually spec this dual tone rim design. You can also find the Macan with the base silver rim with the 5-spoke design. And the brakes right here, it doesn't finish in Porsche carbon ceramic. It is just a very usual disc brake. Of course, you can always upgrade it to a better brake kit. And the suspension wise is a sophisticated type because this is a Porsche in the end of the day. And right here, because it's a Japan spec, it comes equipped with the keyless entry in 4 doors. And here's the rear profile of the Porsche Macan base variant. First notable things you can see is the tail lights design, because this is a facelift. In the 2014, the tail lights are actually separated. In the 2019 facelift, they actually conjoined the entire tail light together with the Porsche wording and the Macan. You can easily tell the variant by just looking at the badge right here. Either it's a Macan S or the GTS. And the tail light has a bit of smoke design which makes it looks good. Personally, I think the rear profile of this generation Macan actually looks better than the new generation. Of course, there is just a sole EV variant. This one is still an internal combustion engine. Those who like Macan and you want something that is more engaging to drive, definitely this generation. And because it's a 2-liter, so you get dual exhaust tips and some diffuser kind of design. And the spoilers are also finished in a gloss black. This car also comes equipped with the optional panoramic sunroof. What do you think about the exterior styling of this Porsche Macan? I think the facelifter actually makes the entire car look much more refreshing as well as sporty. Let's check out the interior of the 2021 Porsche Macan baseline or 2-liter. Pretty signature Porsche cockpit, and this is the seats. Now, in Porsche Macan, you have a lot of seat adjustment for you to option. This is obviously the most normal seat controls. You can always spec to a 14 ways or 16 way seat control depending on your budget. This is a very base seat that you get if you get the base model. You get a combination of leather and some fabric inserts. Now let's get inside the car and get this car started. Now I would like to put into a sport mode first, which is located at the center dash. Okay. Now you no longer need to insert the Porsche key to start the car. You have a dedicated switch right here. Instead of usual push start, I think Porsche did a good job by maintaining this mechanism, so you can have the twist key kind of old school way to start the car. Now put your foot on the brake. Because in the end of the day, this is still a 2-liter turbo. The engine note is rather muted. Now let's hear the exhaust sound. Okay, it's rather muted. Let's close the door, shall we? Okay. Usual Porsche build quality, it is very solid. Okay, let's start with the doors. The doors are wrapped in soft touch material. This you have a proper metal finishing. Okay, this is Porsche. Obviously, all the materials they use must be the higher grade type compared to Audi or Volkswagen. These are your door lock and unlock for the driver and the passenger side. Pretty nice. And the window controls all get automatic in both directions. As you can see, you get a power boot button as well. Here's your side mirrors controls. All the materials are rather soft touch. Of course, there are some parts which is hard plastic. Like usual Porsche, you can spec the interior to have any material that you like. You can also have the mixture of black and red leather, but in this case it's just full black. Now let's move to the center display right here. Now in the Macan or the 718 Boxster, you only have 3 dials. In the Cayenne, Panamera and 911, you have 5 dials. So this is very easy to differentiate. And this is still runs on analog type, except this part is LCD, which you control via the scroll wheels right here. You can cycle between vehicle, info, oil measurement, limits, settings. Okay, sets, you can set your driving assist system, light, locking, air conditioning, so and so forth. Because in the end of the day, Porsche wants you to focus on the road. They try to minimize all the buttons and try to let you focus on the road. And it's very easy to tell this button is controlled this side. This is obviously the multi-information display right here. And the steering grip is very nice, very comfortable to hold. And it is very driver-centric. Okay, this is the same steering wheel you can find in the previous gen Porsche. Okay, now the new gen have a nicer looking steering wheel design, but this is not bad as well. And because this runs on PDK gearbox, you have the pedal shifter which is finished in pure metal. Very nice to the button feel. Steering wheel gets tilt and telescopic, and this is the cruise controls which I mentioned at the front. It comes with ACC as well. Kinda cool, this spec. But one thing that's not good, that this car comes without the sports chrono, which will further unleash the performance of the Porsche Macan. I think personally, if you want to buy the Porsche, you must get the ones with sports chrono, because it will increase your 0 to 100 times. And there's also the switch right here which can enter to 20 seconds of full performance mode, no matter whether you are in sport mode or normal mode. This screen right here is the updated type. In the pre-facelift, you have the aircon vents on the side, just a tiny screen. This one now it supports touchscreen and it is very responsive. If you are used to Porsche interface, you will find it very easy to use, unlike nowadays Chinese vehicle, everything that integrated into the touchscreen, which makes it very hard to operate. You have your vehicle locking, light and visibility, climate, Porsche active safety. As you can see, the car diagrams right here is very high resolution as well. Phone, you can connect your Bluetooth, your car, your navigation, because this is a Japan spec car, so you cannot read. Even in the media, for the radio, maximum for Japan spec car is 95 mHz. If you want to go beyond that, you need to do some coding. Even so, you still get a lot of physical buttons to quickly enter the menu, apps, car, navigation, media, phone. And the knobs, everything, all the buttons feels nice to the touch. Okay. Here's to cycle between your audio controls. This car also doesn't come with the optional Bose sound system. This is just very basic sound system from Porsche, but I think it's good enough for your daily usage if you are not someone who really enthusiastic about music. Here's the aircon vents, and this is the signature Porsche center dash design. This you can find in the Panamera, the Cayenne, the 911 as well. All the buttons are listed right here, including your climate control shortcut keys, and it has dual zone, and it's a toggle switch type. And the buttons all feel very nice to the touch. And this car also comes with a hill descent controls, your hazard light switch, your front defrost, so and so forth. And this doesn't come with an electronic shifter. This is just a normal mechanical shifter. When you put into reverse, it will enter the 360 view camera. Resolution is pretty okay. And when you push to the left, you can up and downshift. And here it says Macan and your electronic parking brake. So right here is your passenger climate controls and your seat heater, because it's a Japan spec, and you only get one sport mode buttons right here. Right here you get two cup holders. Central armrest is covered with felt, very nice to the feel. It doesn't have the signature Volkswagen Audi whereby when you open the armrest, it will lock in place. Glove box, it goes down slowly and is covered with felt and a pen holder. You get auto dimming rear view mirror, and this car also comes equipped with a sunroof. Okay, it's all powered. Here you get the mirrors but without the light. So this is basically the interior of the 2021 Porsche Macan facelift 2 liter. All the specs you see here doesn't mean you will get the same if you are shopping for this car, because every owners will spec their car differently. In the used car market, you need to take note on the optional accessory, especially for Porsche. Okay, let me adjust to my driver's position. Now let's check out the back seats. Because this car is not tall, when you get in and out of the car, it's very easy. As you can see, for the pedals, you can clearly know that this is the Volkswagen Audi Group car by judging on the pedal designs right here. And you get a left foot rest as well. Because this is a small SUV, you can see that the back space is not entirely huge like the Porsche Cayenne. Now let's sit inside. Immediately you can tell that legroom is very limited. Even so, you get a dedicated rear climate controls. You can adjust the temperature. Here's the interior. And the back, you do not get any seats pockets expected, but this part is not hard like those Continental cars like BMW and Mercedes. Some they have very hard rear boards right here, but this one is finished in soft touch, so when you hit your leg against it, you won't hurt your knees. You get 2 USB Type C instead of Type A, and you get a central armrest, 2 cup holders only. To be honest, the seat back angle is actually a little bit upright due to the limited space for the back seat, because they need to utilize the boot space as well. Now let's check out the boot. Right here, all the things are finished in the same material as the front. Porsche did not cut cost it, because this is not a very cheap car in the end of the day. And you get a door pockets right here to put large bottle because of the design. I would even appreciate if they actually covered with felt. When they put your things, it won't rub against the plastic and actually scratch it. One thing that I think Porsche well thought of in its design is to put the power tailgate button underneath the rear wiper. It's easily been seen and it's not too low, whereby some car maker actually locate their buttons at the under bumper section. If your car is a little bit too low, you may need to find the buttons to actually open the boot. Boot space is obviously not huge. Down here you do not have a spare tire. In some market, the Porsche Macan actually comes with the A suspension where you can control via the buttons right here. And there's only a 12-volt socket. To fold down the rear seat, you can locate the lever at the outer 2 seats, and the seats for 40, 20, 40. If you want to maximize your boot space to load IKEA items, you have the boards to actually cover your belonging at the boot. Right here is to close the boot. Overall, it's a very good styling vehicle, and some of it, their first Porsche is not 911, it's not a Boxster, it's actually the Porsche Macan. And I think this car is very suitable for a lady driver because of the size of this car. Makes it very easy to drive around and very easy to park with the aid of the 360-degree camera as well as the active driving assistant. Now this marks my review of this 2021 Porsche Macan 2 liter. If you have any comments regarding to this car, you can comment down below and let me know. And be sure to subscribe, like and share my videos if you like this type of reviews. Cheers!